Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World video. Now you probably, well some of you might be quite confused and be like, hang on a second, the ACS64 Northeast Corridor, how are you already on it? No. Before anyone puts that in the comments from the chat, this is the Train Sim World 2020 Northeast Corridor, which runs between Newark Liberty International Airport and New York Penn, and it's only available on the old game. So if you want to play this one, you need to get Train Sim World 2020. But yeah, I thought we'd come on it today. Obviously, if you did see yesterday's video, so I was saying I'll basically be doing a series looking at the trains coming into rush hour. Obviously, I know this one is an old version of the ACS64 in terms of the way it sort of behaves and that sort of stuff. Obviously, the new one's going to have the proper TSW2 physics, but it's still nice to come on and drive it. And obviously, it does have the Amtrak coaches as well, which is cool. But yeah, we're going to be heading into New York Penn today. It's about 20 minutes, I believe, to get into New York Penn from here. That's where we will then be ending the service. But yeah, it's nice to see the ACS64 coming back, as it's a brilliant locomotive, and I really do enjoy driving it on the old TSW. Obviously on this Northeast Corridor, which as I mentioned does run between Newark Liberty International Airport and let's got to get the doors locked. And New Rochelle, or New Rochelle. There you go, let's get the doors shut. Let's get in there. Let's get the brakes released. And then I think we're ready to go. Let's get going. Oh, and also, we probably want the passenger lights on as well. So, go to that. Hold that to start. Passenger lights should now be on. Alert are on. I'm a bit naughty, but let's get back in the seat. There we go. And I have set it to summer fog, as I think it really does. I think the route does look the best when it is foggy. Obviously, as this is one of the older routes, there's a few issues with the rendering and sort of, buildings and scenery. But I think it does look good with fog anyway. Sort of sets the mood as sort of the route does sort of run sort of through sort of watery, sort of damp sort of areas. So I think it does look quite good in the fog on here. Yeah, obviously I always mention it when I do a Northeast Corridor video. Obviously, yeah, people were saying, why wasn't this route added into Train Sim World 2? Obviously being probably one of the most popular American routes which we've seen in the game. And especially Amtrak as well, why wasn't it added? Well, the simple reason for that is, as it's an old route, and also this is one what they tested on. Basically, they tested to see how they could sort of build routes, and they used all different sort of techniques to do it. Sorts of ones they used once, and then we're just like, maybe not the best. Let's try a different way. So yeah, that's why it's not on TSW2, because it would just take so much work to upgrade it. It would just make more sense to rebuild it completely. Obviously, that's why we're getting the Boston's Providence, which might even be a better section, as you can get up to higher speeds. Obviously, people love going higher speeds. You're getting the MBTA as well. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Anyway, 1.7 miles to Newark Penn. I'm gonna get the speed up now. Lovely. But yeah, who actually still comes onto the Northeast Corridor on TSW 2020 and plays the route? I'm sure we've got a few people here who do still come onto this route. Obviously, I do it every couple of weeks on the stream, as you might have seen if you did watch the stream yesterday. Obviously, if you are watching on release day. Yeah, speed's going up. Awesome. So yeah, I believe this route is... Oh, someone's told me before how long this route is. I think it's... You know what? No, I'm not going to think. I'm going to look it up. Or I think it's Train Wiki or whatever it's called. Northeast Corridor. I'm looking it up. Hold on a sec. Train Sim World. Hopefully it won't come up with the new one. Although it probably will come up with the new one. Oh no, it's 32 miles. Yeah, 32 miles this route, which 52 kilometres. And it released on the 24th of July 2018, although on PC it was a little bit before that. Let's bring the speed down. And there even was the GP40 on here, the GP40-2, which obviously we haven't seen since, which you actually I think had to get the deluxe edition of TSW when it first came out for a pre-order. But back then I didn't think I'd be doing YouTube, so I just got the standard edition. I still remember though, waking up, and I think it was the 1st of June 2018, casually just looking at the sort of PS store, as you know, as you do, you know, get up, might have a look. I remember looking up simulator, and I saw it. I saw Train Sim World, and I was like, what? We're having a train simulator on console made by Dovetail Games, who obviously made Train Simulator, which I actually did play as well. I was over the moon. It was crazy. It was scenes of joy. And when I saw Great Western, I was like, wow. And I saw Rapid Transit North East Corridor, and I was like, awesome, good mix. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's awesome to see this game on here. Right, let's get the doors open. There we go. And I remember literally pre-ordering it straight away. I remember it was either the deluxe edition or the standard edition. But yeah, as I was saying, as I didn't think, I mean, I'm even sort of the first year of TSW, I didn't really do much for YouTube on here. But obviously, if I could go back now, turn back the clocks quickly get the deluxe and switch back to where we are now, I probably would. So we could drive the GP40. Although, is there much of a difference between the GP40 and the GP38? I'm sure there is a fair difference, but is there a big difference? Now we wait. Yeah, it's quite long wait times on this route. A bit like of the original three, obviously, Rapid Transit, Great Western, and North East Corridor. You do get fairly long wait times on here. But I suppose they were sort of still sort of working out how to do the timetable and all that sort of stuff. Also on the newer routes, especially the Bakerloo line, you open the doors, 5 seconds later, get them shut and off you go. But on here, on these routes, you have to wait about a minute. Oh, we should have got the bell on. There we go. Naughty us. Got about 10 minutes to get into New York Penn. But yeah, purpose of this video really is to show you the ACS64. Obviously, it will be upgraded, obviously for the new rush hour route. So this one's quite a few years old now. So it's going to be the upgraded one. But yeah, I thought I'd show you guys what it's like. It's a lovely locomotive to drive. I remember, I think it was around June 2019 time, so almost a year after TSW came out, I really started liking North East Corridor. Because when I first sort of got the game, I was always on Great Western. You wouldn't see me off Great Western. Then I sort of had sort of a Rapid Transit phase, sort of autumn time 2018. I started playing Rapid Transit one hell of a lot. I remember doing like 2 or 3 return trips on that in one go. From sort of early evening to sort of late night. And then yeah, sort of almost a year later, I sort of got into North East Corridor a bit more, and I remember just literally playing it every single day. And then the new DLC came out, which I didn't actually get in the end, as I said, I didn't think I'd really be doing YouTube for TSW, but now obviously we do TSW. That is the main game on the channel, and obviously I love showing it off to you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. And obviously if you do enjoy it, do leave a like and even subscribe if you do want to see more. But yeah, it's an awesome route, and I'm hoping at some point I might actually be able to pick up the cab car, which obviously you can actually get on this route as a DLC. In fact, it basically is a 2-in-1 DLC. You're getting the Amtrak SW1000R, and you're also getting the cab car, which is quite cool. Oh, we've got another service here. Lovely. 7.4 miles an hour. It's a really modern cab though. It's awesome. And we will have a look at the coaches as well once we get to New York Penn. Obviously show you what they're like, as they will be also coming to rush hour. Lovely. So who still comes back and plays this route regularly? You'll see if you are watching on the live chat, pop it in there. Yeah. Do you still come and play this route, or do you not really play it anymore? I mean, as quite a lot of people do say, this is the forgotten route of Train Sim World. But I do like to try and sort of promote it and say, hang on a minute, it's still in the game, it just isn't in Train Sim World 2. I don't really see anyone else really ever streaming it nowadays. So I still do like to promote this route, as it's a brilliant passenger route. Obviously, it doesn't have the same sort of stuff as the new TSW2 routes, but I mean, yeah, it's still brilliant. Let's get that up a tad. And yeah, if you are watching and thinking, oh, I quite like this, train. It seems like quite a nice route. You can get it in on TSW 2020, which usually is on sale quite a lot of the time. As obviously, I suppose it's the older TSW. Do go ahead and get this. Obviously, it will get you sort of a bit more experience with the ACS64. Obviously, and sort of get used to everything before the rush hour update comes out. And obviously, if you like Amtrak and you want a US passenger route, then do go ahead and get this. Because obviously, you do get a lot of people sort of being like, hang on a minute, we don't really have any US passenger routes. I've seen it on the stream, I've seen it in the Railfan TV streams. A lot of people I always hear complaining saying, oh, another freight route in the US. But they're not, most of them don't realise we already have a perfectly good passenger route. Even Peninsula Corridor is a good one, but obviously, yeah, we do have this older Northeast Corridor. So do go ahead and get it. Especially if you are one of those people just like, oh, another freight route in the US, where's the passenger routes? It's a brilliant route, this one. And fast as well, so we're going up to 90 in a second. Right, we're coming up to Secaucus Junction. So we will get the speed up to 90, start playing around with the horn in a second. Make ourselves loud and clear. Get that on. Train coming through. No, I can't hear the horn. There we go, the horn's back. It went. Yeah, straight through there. So I believe realistically New Jersey transit trains do stop coming through here. There we go. It comes down to 75 soon as well. Lovely. .9 miles now. Slowly getting there. Coming down to 75 now. We did actually have a yellow, so we might actually be chasing something possibly. Have to keep an eye on that, although I don't really know the signals on this route. Yeah, I'm being completely honest. When it comes to American signals on here, I don't really have a clue. Sort of hope for the best. Hope that I don't go through a red light on it. Comes down to 60 soon, that is as we go into the 3-mile long tunnel, which does take us into New York Penn. Now I always get confused. Is this the Hudson River Tunnel, or is the other one on the other side? Obviously do pop it in the comments below. And if you are watching this part, put tunnel or Hudson into the comment section. Down to 60 now. There we go. Going through here. Lovely. 2.3 miles. Very foggy in here. So I believe one of these tunnels was actually heavily damaged by, I believe it was Storm Sandy. Which I can't. That's what's that? 7 years ago now. I think that was 2014. I remember when I was in school, sort of hearing about Storm Sandy, and I think sort of in the UK we sort of got the leftovers of it. Yeah, it was quite a while ago now, but it is still damaged from it. Obviously, 7 years on. Because I think I was seeing something they're going to try and upgrade it soon, or something like that. That's the alert. We need to come down to 15 soon as we come into New York Penn. And we'll have a quick look at the coaches, and that's that. Oh, don't speed. We've got 1 mile. See, it's weird to think they built this tunnel, I believe, in the 1800s. They built this tunnel 3 miles long underneath the city. Well, probably then it wasn't as much of a city they were building under. I mean, the city's probably more being built on top of it. I think this even goes under a river as well. It's crazy to think they did this back in the 1800s. I mean, nowadays we struggle to get these sort of tunnels done, but back then it was, yeah, crazy. I've got 1 in 51 gradient, so fairly steep up here, coming into New York Penn. And that's a good question. Has anyone actually been to New York Penn in real life? I don't think it's the nicest of stations, is it? I think someone was saying before it used to have sort of a nice little roof to it, and then basically what happens with most of sort of the railways in the 60s, 70s, car parks, buildings got built on top of the stations. Great. Here we are, New York Penn. We made it. Got another Northeast Regional there. So where did R1 come from? Yeah, R1 came... no, R1's going to Boston, I believe. So it'll be quite cool sort of doing a journey on this route, then going over to the rush hour one, obviously when that does come out. That'll be cool doing that. A couple of parts of the Northeast Corridor in one. Lovely. $400. And someone did say we do actually have to put the bell on. I think it was Fixatron, if he's watching. Yeah, you do have to put the bell on when coming into here, which I thought was quite surprising because one, you're going such a low speed, and two, because the station's underground. And imagine all the trains coming in here at once with the bell on. It'd be crazy. Be loud. Well, I suppose the Long Island ones don't have bells, but and here we are at New York Penn. Obviously, hopefully everyone has enjoyed that. That was around 20 minutes. And stop. Here we are. We made it. Let's get the doors open. Let's get the bell off. Let's have a quick look at the coaches. Oh, it hasn't even counted, but oh well. Also, you got the. That's quite cool. You can use this as well. Hopefully, we do see a return of this. Obviously, using the guard panel. So you got the business class here, which looks comfy. You got another business class coach here. So yeah, I reckon this will probably be how it is in rush hour as well. See for Boston to Providence, and the dining car, which probably is my favourite one. Then we come to sort of the standard class, or coach class as it's called, which is equally looks comfy, very comfy. Bit cramped though. But anyway, that is going to be it, everyone, for today's Train Sim World video. Obviously, hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Obviously, you will find links in the description to the Discord server and to the PayPal if you do want to help support the channel, and also to the merch store. Obviously, you'll see everything on screen now. And I still do need to put the farming simulator top on there, so you'll see that at some point. But do go and check it out. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. Thanks all for coming in. Pop all your thoughts in the comments below, and I hopefully will see you in the next one. See you all, and take care. Bye, guys.